You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today's Monday the 20th of January 2025. You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I've finally got some good things to report. So I wasn't anticipating doing this podcast until later, so I'm recording this at 4:30 in the afternoon, having got what I wanted to get done achieved today in terms of writing. I've also got the bloody inauguration of President President Trump, on in the background, which is quite depressing, although it's quite impressive how tall his son is now. But yes, so that's sort of on in the background, and it's sad seeing people like Elon Musk there, and it's just generally quite a sad day for the world, really, but still, hopefully it's only for 4 years, hopefully. But anyway, so I set out this morning to do some writing, knowing that I hadn't achieved anything in the last 3 days, and knowing that tomorrow is my deadline for completing the chapter, which then gives me 2 days to edit it to get me done for the 23rd, which then gives me a fighting chance of getting chapter 40 done this month as well, which was the target I had imposed on myself. And I'm pleased to report that I've done a shit ton of writing today. That's a technical term, but my word count for the chapter was just about 3,600 words. It's now just under 9,000. So I don't know where it came from. I don't know why, because I did other things as well. I've not been solely on the computer all day. I've been doing some tidying. My smart light bulbs arrived for my kitchen, which means I can now turn on my kitchen lights using my voice or my phone, which is going to be exceedingly useful when I'm coming in the middle of the night from work. I can turn the lights on in the kitchen, which means, I can see what I'm doing with the key instead of trying to scratch at the lock. So that's all been a good day. But yeah, I really wasn't expecting to get the sheer amount done that I've got done today. So it effectively puts me now from being massively behind, which I was for the last 3 days because I did nothing. Today I'm ahead, so now I'm not going to do any more. Well, I might not do any more tonight. It's not currently in my plan to do any more tonight, but I have managed to write the rest of the chapter. It covers everything I need it to cover. It's quite harrowing in places, and it now leaves me with just 5 characters, left, not alive, but left not hibernating in a tree. And it suddenly struck, because I needed something dramatic to happen to one of the characters. So, poor old Marianne has now been very badly hurt. They were literally in the process of being absorbed by the tree when somebody turned a machine gun on them. And it's now touch and go whether they'll survive. The tree basically absorbed her, and it would have spat her out if they had died as they're being absorbed. But the injuries may be too bad for them to make a full recovery. We don't know yet. Hint, they won't, but I like having a cliffhanger. So lots of stuff happened, lots of unpleasant things. My characters have done some unspeakably bad things in the name of saving humanity. And that just leaves me with, I've still got this to edit, which is hopefully going to take the next 2 days. It came in at just under 9,000 words, so it is about 2,000 words longer than the chapter I edited last, but that's fine. And so basically my plan will be I still want to try and do it over 2 days, so that I have a day off at the end. No, not a day off at the end, so I can give myself an extra day for the next chapter. But yes, I would like to try and finish. I've set the deadline the 23rd. I would like to actually try and finish this chapter by the 22nd, which means I need to start editing quite seriously over the next couple of days. But that's perfectly doable. I might even do a little bit tonight, sit there with the computer on. So that's good. That is that basically. So that's great news. We can see if I can get any editing done. I could even do some tonight in theory. I've done it all at home because I was waiting for deliveries, and I could potentially go and sit in a coffee shop this evening, but then I could tomorrow as well. We shall see. The final thing I want to talk about today is someone I've never mentioned on here before. So I've been a member of a writing group since November 2018. And there's a few people that I know through that. The one that I know best is T.G. Campbell, the writer of the Bow Street Society series. But there are a few other people that I've got to know quite well. And sadly, one of those people passed away between Christmas and New Year. His name was Jeff Cowie. I didn't know him that well. And there were lots of other people who'd been in the group a lot longer who knew him a lot better than I did. And also, he would regularly come to meetups that I was flying for. So I didn't feel that I knew him that well. So I chose not to go to the funeral today because I kind of felt weird intruding on, family grief and stuff. But I would just like to mark it because he was a really nice bloke, a bit odd in places. One of my weird stories, I remember I'd gone to one of those rare meetings and we were just having conversation as we walked into Milton Keynes, into the central shopping centre, and he just went, "Oh, I'm going this way now," and walked off mid-conversation. No goodbye or no nothing. But he was a talented writer, and quite prolific, a lot more prolific than I have ever been. And yeah, so I'd just like to pay a little bit of respect to Jeff, whose funeral it is today, and that people I know have gone to. As I said, I didn't feel comfortable going because I didn't feel I knew him well enough. But God bless you, Jeff. And that's it for today. I'll be back at some point tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.